What's up, members of the Barrio? It's John coming to you from Bushwick, Brooklyn, and today we are continuing our locals guide to New York City. And Bushwick is one of my favorite neighborhoods to hang out in Brooklyn. Today's guest is somebody you've seen on the channel many times before, and he's got a really cool afternoon in store for us.
Hey everybody, I'm Jacob. You may have seen me in John's videos before. I actually live in the area. I have for almost 2 years now, and so I'm gonna take the whole group around, John around, and show them some of my favorite street art in the area and the big places where to see street art, go to get some awesome food, and go to one of my favorite bars, which is actually a brewery here in Bushwick. So I'm excited to show you guys and to show them and to eat some delicious food and some drink. So let's do it.
Jacob, I would say if you ask anyone in New York what Bushwick is known for, it's the art scene, it's the street art. What do you think makes this neighborhood so distinctive because of that? Because
people started putting up street art and graffiti, you know, like 10 years ago or so, or 5 years ago. It's probably more like 10 years ago. More people started doing it, and a lot of the businesses around here are okay and actually want murals on their walls. Like over here to your left is a huge mural. I really love this artist. I can't remember his name right now, but there's just big murals on the rolling doors, on the walls, and the businesses are inviting them to come do that. In a lot of cases, they're paying them money, but up here about a block is, we're on Troutman right now, is an area where it's like the most famous street art area. And I can show you more once we get up there.
And this is an absolutely amazing free thing to do when you come to New York City. If you don't want to go to a museum, head to Bushwick. Your art is outside and it's just completely open to the public, and we're going to be showing you a lot more of it coming right up.
I'm not going to pretend like I know a ton about this street art, like I know all the artists and that kind of stuff. I really enjoy it and I love looking at it and photographing it when I'm out in the neighborhood. But if you're ever here and you want to know who has done the art, who the artist is, how you can find them, there's almost always in one of the bottom corners their name, the year they put it up, sometimes their Instagram handle, that kind of stuff. So if you're here and you want to know more about the artist or specific mural, that's a good way to find out.
Guys, Team Adriana has graced us with her presence today, and she also happens to be an artist, so I think for her, coming to Bushwick is a little extra special.
Yeah, actually the reason why I wanted to come was because of the murals, because I was here before and I got to see them. I really like them. I stopped every few feet to take pictures, and it's beautiful. You have everything. You have something really colorful, you have something more serious. It's really, really cool, and if you're an artist, even if you're not, you can take just cool pictures and enjoy it. It's like a museum, a free museum.
We're standing in front of my favorite nightlife venue in all of New York City, and it just happens to be in Bushwick, House of Yes. These guys throw incredible parties. I've been here before with Jacob, and Jacob, I'm sure you agree with me on that, right?
Oh yeah, I love this place so much. You made the point, and I've talked to someone about this before, that it's sort of like the modern day Studio 54, in that everyone is welcome, everyone's there to have a good time, and everybody's welcome to have a good time, except you don't have all the crap that you have to deal with at the door with like them choosing who gets in or not. So
yeah, they have some
cool,
amazing theme nights, especially on the weekends. Buy your tickets in advance. A really cool night out in New York, and a lot to do in Bushwick anyway.
And a lot of times you can get free tickets on their website if you're one of the first people to get them.
So we weren't even planning on stopping here, but this flea market is open, and Jacob insisted we go inside. So let's see what he's looking at. He loves camera gear. Oh my! I don't know what year this is from, but it's pretty awesome.
Sometime in the late 70s, early 80s.
Late 70s, early 80s Kodak.
So I come to this place a lot. I like flea markets in general. I just like old stuff, find cool stuff for my apartment, but I am also really into old film cameras. I like shooting them, and as you saw, this place has a lot of old film cameras, and the guy that sells them is really cool. So this is definitely one of my favorite Bushwick things that not a lot of people know about, and they're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
this flea market is really amazing, and there's barely anybody here. We were originally going to show you guys a vintage store, but I think this flea market just as good. It's got a little something for everybody, and my boys here are really geeking out on some of the camera equipment, which, heck, I can't blame them. Jacob, something that I always notice when I come to Bushwick is definitely the sense of fashion here, and I don't see it so much in a lot of other neighborhoods of New York City. Would the word hipster work?
A lot of the people that live in the area, especially that we're in, are hipsters. They're artists, they're people that's their life. And so that translates into their clothes. You're talking about the fashion. It's definitely a very, very strong hipster fashion here in Brooklyn, but it's specifically in Bushwick. And so I think that's another reason why it's great to come here. It's something that's unique. It's something that you can experience, but it's not for everybody. But I love it.
I could use all that fashion up I could get. I'm pretty boring. We are in front of Maria Hernandez Park, and truthfully, Jacob, I've never even heard of this place. Why did you put it on the tour?
Because if you don't live in Bushwick, it's likely that you've probably never heard of Maria Hernandez Park. It's a local place, a place that like people who live in Bushwick like to hang out, especially during the summer. And it's very vibrant during the summer. The neighborhood is historically very Hispanic. You can see right across the street there's a Mexican restaurant, and so there's also a lot of those people that live in this neighborhood that hang out in this park as well. And so it makes it very vibrant and very alive during the summer, especially. So it's a Thursday right now, and it's not super sunny, but on the weekends, especially during the summer, like there's tons of people around here. They'll gather and have picnics in the grass. The city will put on events like little concerts or like movies in the park and stuff here. So it's really great for people who live in the area.
We mentioned the big Latino influence in Bushwick. We are going to be checking out a very famous taco shop with something very distinctive about it that I think you guys are going to like a lot. Jacob, we are in front of Los Hermanos, and this Mexican spot's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a Tortilleria. They make tortillas here, and I think it started out just as a tortilla factory. I don't know what to call it, factory, but they make tortillas, and then so many people wanted to eat the Mexican food here that they started selling Mexican food, and now it's a pretty well-known Mexican restaurant, and also it's in the heart of Bushwick, right off of Wyckoff. And I think it's a really good spot. If you've been out drinking at one of the awesome bars here in Bushwick, you want some food and maybe you don't want to stop drinking, it's BYOB, so you could just grab like a 6-pack with your friends, come get some tacos, fresh tortillas right off of the stove, and eat some food while you're maybe a little tipsy and have a few beers.
Let's check this out. Sounds good. I love how you order here. You put it in with a pen. There's a plastic knife on top, so you don't steal it by accident. As many of you know, Adriana is from Mexico, and she had a little story she wanted to share about going to a tortilla factory there.
Yeah, when I was a little child, tortilla factories, or tortillerias, how we call them, were pretty common, and you could find one every corner. So I used to go there, and I loved to see how they were making them with a machine. And you used to take your own towel, and they put the tortillas in your towel, and they give it to you to keep them warm. So they were warm and fresh. And sometimes even the ladies there, they used to give you one tortilla so you could eat it right there. It was a really cool thing. So the fact that I'm here and I can smell it, it brings some memories to my mind. And I think these days it's not that common. You just go to the store and you find the tortillas cold in a plastic bag. So it was a really cool tradition before.
$9.75 for 3 tacos is actually a decent price for New York City, by the way. Not bad. I like the carnitas. You do get a lot of meat and just a lot of food for your order. So if I had to think of a positive of this place, you're not getting skimpy little tacos. So definitely worth a visit if you're in the area and you just have a real taco kick. Members of the barrio, I wanted to interrupt this vlog to make a big announcement. We are starting a Patreon here. Now, before you've grown, nothing is going to change on this channel. I'm still offering the exact same content completely for free right here. But if you want to get some extra value, I have some really cool perks lined up on the Patreon, which is live right now. And if you join in the next 2 weeks, I'm throwing in 2 bonuses, PDF files, one with a first day itinerary in New York City, and the second with my 10 favorite places to eat in Greenwich Village. And a lot of this stuff has never been shared on the channel. So guys, I hope you can check it out. Link down below in the description. After all those tacos, I think beer is the perfect antidote. And Jacob, you said this is one of your favorite bars in the entire city.
Yeah, this is KCBC, Kings County Brewers Collective, and it's a brewery, and they have a tap room, which is really cool. They have I think usually like 10 different beers on tap, but the cool part about this place is that Bushwick used to be the place, I think, in the country that produced the most beer in the 1800s, and then because of Prohibition and all that kind of stuff, that stopped. But it is currently the oldest brewery in Bushwick, and I think they make pretty good beer. And it's cool vibes in there, so I want to bring you along.
Happy to see this. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Brewed in-house. Can taste the love. We were just talking outside about all of the amazing bars in Bushwick, and for me, it's probably one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of New York City to go out. Any other bars you recommend or places you think people should go?
A few of my favorites, Old Stanley's, which is more of you walk into the bar and you feel like you're at some like random dive bar and off the highway in the middle of the country somewhere. It's really great. Dromedary, if you like tea, it's like they call it urban tiki bar. It's like a modern tiki bar. Drinks are a little expensive, but they're so good, and they do karaoke once or twice a week. Pizza Party. The place is decorated like a kid's bedroom, like a 90s kid bedroom. So for all those 90 people who love 90s nostalgia, it's great, and they also have really good pizza. And I was telling him too, if you like the rock dive bar type scene, there's a place called Cobra Club, which is right around the corner here in Wyckoff, which is very good too.
Jacob, I want to thank you so much. You were an awesome guide today. Anything else you want to say to the audience?
Don't be afraid to leave Manhattan if you're visiting New York. There's lots of, Bushwick's obviously awesome. That's what we were showing you today, but there's tons of other places in Brooklyn and the other boroughs, so don't be afraid. And also, some great advice if you're visiting New York, go visit my Instagram and my YouTube channel.
we'll put his info down below, just for him.
Oh, thanks, John.
Members of the Barrio, hope you enjoyed yet another Locals Neighborhood Guide to New York City. Check out our other playlists, link down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Until next time. That's so Jacob is cutting in the shot.